Hello and welcome. Jettatura here. Have you seen these green jars on the Nautiloid at the start of your adventure? There's one in the room with Shadowheart, and another just to the east of that room. Have you been carrying them around, wondering what they do? Well, brace yourself for some spoilers. I'll show you how you can get some additional ones and where to use them. At the end of Act 2, you will find yourself somewhere peculiar. There's a mine jar station you can interact with, as well as additional mine jars lying around throughout. One of them even gives a permanent buff. We'll start with the first two you picked up since starting the game, the Dark Mind and the Slave Mind. I'm just going to let the video play and be quiet so you can witness what these do.
The marvelousness fades. Nothing ever lasts, I suppose.
Empty vessel, nothing more. Lending voice to elder lore.
Dark Mind.
My foolish brother wrote for me, and when you two are wed, well, my heart will be but dead. For my sister you will sadly surely be, but my brother, he's a loser, and I take you for a chooser. So perhaps one day you'll leave him high and try, and if you choose another, what's more loving than a brother? Yes, a stand-up, homely, gentle sort of guy.
Slave Mind.
They're in my head. They're in my head. They're in yours too. It won't be long now until we're changed. Am I dead? I don't want to die, but I don't want to live. Not like this.
True Mind.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days to ask me how I feel. I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it? We are his pets. His plan, Lord Gortash. The first, yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye, but the first day he came to visit. He says I am the last, that the other subjects have all changed. Separate cells. I never saw them, but when they changed...
My head! I can feel them in my head!
Eye hurts. Head hurts. But he says I'm past the worst of it. That I won't change like the others. He's given me a place of honor, so he can repeat his miracle and a name. True Soul. She whispers in my mind. She sings, praise the Absolute.
Willing Mind.
Pardon? Wouldn't do to phlegm all over Lord Gortash during my first performance, would it? Oh, just a serving girl with notions.
Till I met Lord Gortash. He heard me singing in Beggar's Rest. Said he needed someone to give voice to lost knowledge. A little over my head, being honest, but the Lord has gold. I trust he knows his business. Now, I'd best warm up. Truly? And my ma said the singing would come to naught. Thank you, thank you!
There is also a Resonance Stone that gives the buff Steeped in Bliss, which gives you advantage on physical ability checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws, while making you vulnerable to psychic damage. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not. I just sent it to my chest, but don't forget to grab it just in case. After completing the mind puzzle, which I'll leave a link to as a recommended video at the end of this one, if you're struggling with that, a door opens and you can grab the Waking Mind as well as some other goodies inside. Waking Mind.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison, if not the noble Jettatura features I was born with.
The monk-like Jettatura, sibling race to your own Githyanki. The only beings your people hate more are the Illithids themselves.
I'd guess you're no willing guest of the gate either. Perhaps we might aid one another.
The Waking Mind can actually give you a permanent buff if you erase them. You could also try consuming them, but besides a humorous facial expression, it has no effect at the moment. I suspect it may be patched eventually.
Warriors of the mind, cousin. A discipline unknown to your kind, and the very reason we were attacked. My order taught a psionic technique much feared by the gate. They destroyed us for it, and kept me as a trophy. I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
You catch the lie. The monk isn't telling everything.
All right, the gate did not find my monastery. I led them there. They promised me immortality, and they gave it. I have been their rotting trophy for centuries.
As her agitation swells, so does her latent psionic power. To your tadpole, that guilt and terror are almost fragrant. You realize the Illithids locked her away not as a trophy, but as a fine vintage.
Please, touch my mind and purge it. The moment you do, my knowledge will be yours. Thank you. Wait. No. No! Please! Erase me, please. My knowledge will be yours.
As you saw, attempting to consume just kicks you out of the conversation and resets it. Let's try erasing and get that permanent buff then. I'll skip ahead as the dialogue will just repeat itself.
The awareness that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, and you feel something left behind. A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
The buff you receive from erasing the Jettatura is Mind Barrier. You receive advantage on intelligence saving throws. In Chop's room, you can find the Butchered Mind on a table. Wonder who that belongs to. Butchered mind.
Shh. This place listens. It knows. If we're going to escape, we have to be smart. Right. You get it. I've been watching, learning. This place is alive. A big thinking thing. And it needs our flesh to grow. I've seen them put corpses in the walls and they just melt away. So we've got to trick it, see? Make it think we're part of it. That's why the door's only open for... Wait. How did you get in here?
Away, slave! They might have taken your mind, but they won't have mine!
The closed mine can be found in the side room before you find a group of enemies you can enter a dialogue with. I don't know why I threw that severed head into the skull face. Intrusive thoughts one, I guess.
Not design.
While we are here, may as well grab the fresh mind as well. It's in a room nearby. Look for the elevator that leads to the point of no return, and it is off to the side. Closed mind.
They won't be laughing much longer. Won't be any more of this. No gnomes in the city. Watch, Brevin. This Gortash fella's got an idea. Kind of a training camp. Don't know how it gets me into the watch, but he seems the smart sort.
Fresh mind.
My head hurts. Can I go back to bed, Mummy? Funny, Mummy. We saw a big spiky snail that fell out of the sky. I'm just very sleepy, Mummy. I wish you'd stop waking me up so much. With big wriggly legs. What? You're scaring me. Why are you being so mean, Mummy? Go away.
Thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I mostly just wanted to show off the first two mine jars you find, as I expected most to just toss them away as it takes a long time for them to pay off. Leave a comment below if you also carry these things with you forever. They're not exactly light. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Take care and have a good one.